Hi Pisces, my little fishes, how you doing? This is your reading for October 2021. I am Yola from Kitchen Witchin Tarot, and I have been a reader for over 20 years. I have done a spread today for you, which combines tarot cards and oracle cards. And the first card I always draw is the beautiful goddess card. And the goddess that I have drawn for you today is Sedna. And Sedna, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is the Eskimo goddess of the sea. Which doesn't surprise me that it turned up for you, Pisces, being that you are such little sea babies and water babies. But she's there to remind us that we have infinite supply and that you are supplied for today and all your tomorrows. So maybe you've been feeling in a space of lack, not having enough or not having the right things. She's there just to remind you in this month, in October, that you have all that you need around you, and maybe to be grateful for the things that you do have in your life and not focus so much on the things you don't have. Tricky, I know. um, and then the witch's oracle, the Wiccan oracle, we got the cauldron. So the cauldron is all about what we put in our pot. So in cauldrons, we can make potions of love and prosperity and abundance, or evil potions that can poison and make harm. So it's just a question, really, of thinking of yourself and your life as a cauldron. What are you putting into it? How are you bubbling that pot? What spices are you adding? And really to look at what's serving you and what isn't. So if you're feeling in a place of lack, is there anything that you can put into your cauldron that might bring about a more abundance? If you're feeling unwell, or if you're mentally under quite a lot of pressure, what is it that's in your pot that is causing that to happen? So it's just a bit of time to reflect. And the fairies would concur with this because the fairy oracle that I drew for you is miracle healing. Lovely. So there is a sense in this reading of trusting in the divine, trusting in the spirit, trusting in the universe, because this healing is kind of happening already. And even if it's already bubbling away in your cauldron of life. Cauldron of life, that'd be a good name for a song. Sorry, I digress. I'm an Aquarius, I go on all tangents. So there is certainly a feeling that there's a lot of kind of healing available to you at this time, that you need to kind of trust in what is happening. And the Moonology card kind of it kind of goes along with that as well. So you've got the full moon in Libra, which is where a win-win outcome is forecast. So it's really saying you really do have everything you need at the moment, Pisces, to kind of get to where you want to be. And as we get into the tarot cards that I'm looking at right now, you will see, and I can see, that maybe you've been through a time of quite a lot of burden, of sadness. But actually, now you're on the right path, and this win-win forecast is definitely outcome is forecast. Sorry, this win-win outcome is forecast. Beg pardon, it's been a long day. And then the Shamanic Healing card is, what is your truth? What is your truth? What is in this cauldron? What is it that's making you happy? What is it that makes you sad? What makes you move forward, you know, in love, in work, in family, and what holds you back? What is your truth? So a bit of time in contemplation, whatever that is to you. Maybe that's meditation, maybe that's yoga, walking, or simply just being in the shower of a morning just before the kids get up. You know, just have a little time to think about what is your truth at the moment. What is it that's serving you and what needs to be chucked down the drain. I have the most Piscean tarot reading in front of me ever. So the first card I drew was the Temperance card, which is all about moderation, balance, finding your equilibrium with your two fishies, you know, swimming in opposing directions, finding that place where you feel moderate, you feel like you're not flowing either way. And it feels like you're kind of in that space this month, Pisces. You've actually found your balance. And actually, that's quite a comfortable space for you to be in. Particularly because the card that crosses it is Justice, which is another very kind of, you know, Piscean Libran-y kind of card where it's all about the kind of balance. So actually what's crossing you is the need for balance. So I think it's very much calling you in October to look at the areas where you're out of balance, and start to redress that. Start to look at your truths. Start to, you know, see where the healing is needed. See what's going on in that bubbling pot of yours. And to remind yourself again that you are always supplied for and you have everything you need at this time. So the energy that's kind of bubbling under the surface, it's all about the bubbling today, isn't it? Bubbling here, bubbling there. So the energy that might be sort of working in the subconscious, you may be aware of it or not, is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups speaks of a kind of quite a deep sorrow. So that makes me a bit sad when I see that. And I hope you're all okay. I'm sending you a hug if you are feeling sad, Pisces. Maybe a time of just feeling like you can't quite wake yourself out of this feeling, because it is so deeply rooted in the subconscious. And maybe it's something you're not aware of, but you've noticed that things are coming up in life that are being quite challenging, and, you know, challenging that moderation of the Temperance and the Justice card that you kind of really need for you to, in order for you to kind of be as, you know, productive as a human as you can be, and as happy and as settled as you can be. And obviously you're never always going to be happy. You're never always going to be sad. The key is the acceptance in all of the emotions, so that we allow them to flow through us instead of holding on to them. So I'm sorry that you're feeling like that under the surface. But I can see that in the past you've put in a hell of a lot of work with the Seven of Pentacles. You've been really long-term planning, looking at where you're at, where you want to be. And it's been hard work. If you see this man, he's like, he's tired. I'm tired. You know, he's been plodding along. But this is the energy that's now moving away from you. And beautifully, you're now stepping into this magician role, which is lovely, because that's all about manifesting those long-term goals that you put in with those Seven of Pentacles. You know, you paid your coins in, and now it's time for you to move into that time where you can reap the reward, and find that balance, find that temperance within yourself. So that's really gorgeous. And it would also imply to me that there's something to do with work going on here. This is something that really feels, it's not, you know, it's not overly a love reading, although it could be. It feels like it's work for me. You've done a lot of work either on yourself or physically, as in terms of what your job is. And this is now the time where you're going to be shining your laser eyes out onto the world with all your hard work. And you're going to start getting some of the comebacks from that, which is fantastic. And the movement, and from that energy and the outcome of this reading, is the Three of Cups, which is all about celebration. It's about coming together with people going, you've done brilliantly, I think you're fantastic, all of that kind of stuff. So it's definitely got that energy of kind of, yeah, of being with people and people celebrating you in your magnificence, Pisces. Okay, and then we'll finish off the reading with a Rumi card. Rumi. And this is the Angel Rasbar. I love these cards. The artwork on here is just amazing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the poem, the Rumi poem that goes alongside this. And then if you want to, you can join me in a sacred honouring prayer at the end. Let us consult the oracle. Tell me the truth, I asked love. What are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the recurring of joy of living. So that was the poem. And this oracle brings special messages of reassurance that you are making progress and are indeed on the right path. Although it may not unfold exactly as you anticipate, it will indeed unfold. You are making a positive impact in the world more than you consciously realize, and you are asked therefore to continue. Do not give up, do not turn back, just continue. Take your steps, your journey, and know that the great master is aware of you and is sending the holy ones, including the wise ancient mother, Angel Rasbar, to bring you the blessing of the true silence now. Let it clear and soothe your mind and heart and help you remember the peace that dwells within you. All is well. So yeah, definitely have that feeling of don't give up. You've got everything you need. You're completely protected. You've got this energy of Sedna around you that you can call upon if you are feeling like you haven't got enough in your life. But don't give up. Don't turn back. Just continue. This is a win-win outcome. Keep plodding, because that magician, that's you, that is. That's you with your laser magic eyes. They're going to be beaming everywhere. Okay, and so now if you choose to, you can do the sacred honouring prayer with me, and we do this by placing our hands on our heart, just connecting in with our heart space. And you can soften your gaze, not your glaze, soften your gaze or close your eyes. And just allow the sacred honouring prayer to wash over you. I am blessed to serve the great, all-loving silence through the presence of divine joy, grace, and radiant compassion, through the Master that loves me without condition, and the blessed assistance of Angel Rasbar who loves me unconditionally. I accept all help, and I offer myself completely in service to life, to being, and to assist humanity in a practical way, according to the graces and talents I have been given, and so be it. And you can now bring your hands to prayer at your heart space. Bow your head to your heart and to the earth, and to remind your head that it has no dominion over your heart, that both are equal representations within the self. Thank you, Pisces. I hope that resonated. I hope you have a marvellous, wonderful October. And if you would like a private reading, all my details are down there. Also go into the decks that I've used and what have you. But otherwise, I hope to see you all back for November. Mwah!